What if the voice in your head isn't actually you speaking to yourself? Hi, my name's Abby, welcome back. I like to talk about everything to do with mental health and wellness for women. Today I want to chat about something that I've been speaking to my therapist about recently. Here's a thought. What if the voice in your head is not actually you? The way you speak to yourself is something that you learn, not something that you choose. For example, I'm not good enough. Don't embarrass yourself. You always mess things up. You're a slob. You're lazy. You're not worthy of this thing that you want to be doing. Now, I have a massive habit of beating myself up for not doing something well enough. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I always have been, and I'm still working on it now. But while I was talking to my therapist about it, she let me know something that changed the way I saw everything. That voice in my head telling me that I need to get things right the first time, they need to be perfect, there can't be any mistakes at all. That is not me. That is something that I've learned. That voice is not my voice. It literally blew my mind when she said that. And it was a massive, massive breakthrough for me. So where does that voice come from? If you think about it, you have people telling you things all around you, all day, every single day. You grow up, you go to nursery, you have teachers, you have friends, maybe your caregivers. And especially nowadays, social media, we are seeing everyone's everything all day. When you're around these voices all day, every day, it starts to sink into your way of being. You internalize things so that you fit in. Think about when you were in school. Your friends might have liked these trainers that were popular at the time. And so maybe, even if you didn't really like them or you didn't really think they were your style, you said that you liked them just to fit in. When you're young, you especially do this so that you fit in, you feel safe, you don't get rejected. Our brains are wired so that we don't get rejected from the pack. Because if you're left alone out in the wild, you're not going to survive. You need people around you that accept you. The more that these external voices stack up onto each other, the more it's going to get ingrained into your brain that this is the right thought. And that's how you start thinking. That repetition becomes your identity. This goes as far as criticism as well. If in school your teachers were always berating you, you're not good enough, you need to get better grades, you didn't score well enough on this test, you begin to get nervous that you're not doing well enough. And so in order to stay safe, you have to try harder. You have to protect yourself by being a perfectionist. If you go your entire life getting told that you're not smart enough, then you're going to internalize this and you're going to start telling yourself, I'm not smart enough for this. I'm not smart enough to do this test. I'm not smart enough to get this job. If you're told over and over again that you might fail, why would you even try? You know that you're going to fail. So what's the point? You start to tell yourself these things because you've been told and told and told over again that that's the way you are. Once you start telling yourself over and over and over again that this is the way you are, you start to behave in the way that you've been told that you are. If you have these genuine beliefs that you're not good enough, that you're not smart enough, that you're not going to fit in, that you're not doing well enough, and you're going to fail anyway, so why even try? You're going to live up to that. You're going to start procrastinating. You're going to stop trying. You're going to quit before you've even started. You start to act in alignment with that voice in your head that you think is you. But it's not. If you already think that you're going to fail, why would you show up? Why would you try your best? If you have that genuine limiting belief that you are going to fail, why even bother? What shifted for me was when my therapist said, maybe that's not your voice. Maybe that's the voice of the people around you that you've absorbed over years and years and years. Because I was the smart kid in school, one wrong answer on a test would send the teachers flying into a rage. When you sit quietly with yourself, think about what your voice is telling you. Try and weed out what people around you growing up have been telling you about yourself. Who do you want to be? Who is your inner voice really telling you that you are? When you start to get those limiting beliefs, you need to be telling yourself, just because you're thinking it, it doesn't mean it's true. It does not mean it's your voice. You need to sit quietly with yourself. Try to tune in to your voice in your brain. What do you want? What are you telling yourself? Ask yourself, whose voice is it that's telling me this? You'll start to realize that things that you're telling yourself sound awfully like some people in your life, some people in your past, some people around you, some people that used to criticize you. That's not you. So some practical ways that you can challenge that external voice that you've absorbed. Try and name the voice. Who is the critic? Who is talking to you? Because it will start to sound familiar. Once you've named who it is, or who you think it might be, question it. You need to be rebellious. I know it can be hard if you're not used to questioning authority. This is a really important step. Unleash your rebel. Ask yourself, is this really true? If you get 98% on a test instead of 99, what could go wrong? Is it really the end of the world? Is it true that you won't get into university? Is it true that you won't get your dream job? Ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? Think about your best friend in the entire world. Would you tell them this criticism that you have been telling yourself? I doubt it. And if not, why are you telling it to yourself? And why are you letting the external voices that have been telling you this your whole life tell you it too? Try and replace it with something else. If your inner critic is telling you, I'm not good enough, try and replace it with something like, I might not be good enough, but I can still try. At least then you have a bit of a baseline to work from. You don't have to tell yourself, I'm going to be perfect straight away. Try and think of it positively. Instead of, I'm not good enough, so why even try? Change it to, this could work out for me, so I'm going to try anyway. Try and rebuild your voice inside your head. Get to know yourself better. What do you enjoy doing? What do you tell yourself? Who do you want to be? Be kind to yourself, be a bit more compassionate, be a bit less extreme. That's definitely important in my case. I'm very extreme with myself, I'm very hard on myself, and it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be black or white, it doesn't have to be 0 to 100. You could just lie at 50% if you want to. There's no problem with that at all. Don't forget that this takes time to rewire your brain. You're not going to be perfect at this straight away, and if you find your inner critic telling you that you need to do this straight away, that might not be you either. It takes time to rewire these things, so just be patient with yourself. Just think about it this way. You're not mean, so why are you being mean to yourself? You're just conditioned. You've been told these things your entire life. So why would you believe anything different? You can unlearn these voices in your head. You can unlearn them and you can start telling yourself something different. You can learn to question the things that come at you negatively. You do not have to obey these criticisms. If this resonated with you, please let me know what you think your inner critic is telling you and where do you think it came from. I'm pretty sure everyone does this, so you're not alone in this at all. Even the most zen people probably do this too. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my other video. This is only my second video, so I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe or share these videos. Thank you so much for watching.